So a lot of you want to be a content creator. You are not exactly sure how you should start, where you should start, what you should do. I am going to tell you my top tips on becoming a full-time content creator. So not only am I going to tell you my top tips on how to become a content creator, but I am also going to tell you how you are going to rebrand. And then if you don't want to rebrand and you want to just start from scratch, I have some tips for you as well. Now, the first question you need to ask yourself is, what do you want to be known for? When people come to your page, when they click on your videos, when they are bringing you up in conversation, what do you want them to say about your content? I click on their content because of this. I can always count on them to post this type of content. And you also want to make sure that it is something that you actually want to talk about. Now, something that I've seen happen is that people have chosen to talk about content on their platforms that is trending. Now, you can weave these things in and out of your content, but you never want to create something based off of trends, because sooner or later, the trend is going to be over and then you're stuck because you don't have anything to talk about. So you want to be careful in what you're talking about. Make sure that it's something that you actually like, that you're actually passionate about. And also, honestly, something that people want to consume. Now, I know people might be like, but this is my social media. That is correct. It is your social media. That's why I said you need to make sure that it's something that you are passionate about. But at the same time, if people aren't consuming the content, then what good is it? I hope that makes sense. So the next thing I want to touch on is your content pillars, or your main topics that you are going to talk about on your social media platforms. Now, something that I do on my platforms is I talk about mom and wife life. I also incorporate inspiration and motivation. And so I take those as just two. I held up 4 fingers, but just 2. And then I also incorporate life hacks. Now, I'm not one of those pages that comes up with these easy ways to do things. When I say life hacks, I mean things that are hacks for moms and wives. So everything is incorporated into each other. So I talk about my life as a mom. I talk about my life as a wife. I motivate and inspire moms and wives. And then I also incorporate hacks for them when it comes to time management around the house, when it comes to, being able to make things easier for you at the grocery store, budgeting, things like that. So all of it incorporates into the same bubble, which is mom and wife life. And so I am a lifestyle content creator, and those are my content pillars. So break down what you want to be known for, and then 3 things that you can talk about. Now, I'm not saying that you can't talk about other things at all, but you want to make sure that things are focused, because I understand that, you want to be, your own individual and you don't want to be in a box. But at the same time, if your content is all over the place, then people are not going to be able to follow you where you're going. They're not going to know what you're known for, which is what we touched on in the first topic. So the next topic I'm going to touch on is optimizing your bio. So you want to make sure that people are 100% clear on what they are going to find on your page. So for example, and I'll insert a screenshot, I put my name, and then I also put what you're going to find on my page. I also have my email address and then a link where people can click on and they can access other things that I offer. So I have made it very clear who I am, what you're going to find on my page, and then should anyone be interested in opportunities related to business, they can easily find my email address. They're not having to click on any buttons or anything like that. They can screenshot it, copy and paste it, whatever it may be, but it's easy to find, it's clear and concise. So what I have done is I did use a little bit of Chat GPT when it came to optimizing my bio, but obviously you want to tweak that. So if you are familiar with Chat GPT, after a while, it starts to recognize like who you are and, you know, your patterns and things like that. So you probably could just type in like, you know, create a bio for my Instagram and it can already know. But if it doesn't, then you may have to do a little bit of tweaking, which I may go into in a different video. So you may have to type in, you know, I am, you know, my name is this. This is what I'm known for. I want to do this, and then have it create, you know, based on those prompts, a bio for you to be able to use. Now, what I have noticed is that, you know, ChatGPT is not necessarily 100% familiar with the character limits. So you do have to tweak that. So you would need to know what the character limits are for that particular platform. And then if they make this like elaborate bio, make sure you have them say, you know, say shorten it to X amount of characters. So that way you can make sure that you can just easily copy and paste it. I've changed my bio so many times, but I like to stick with this one because I feel like it is short and to the point. Because I feel like when you have a whole bunch of stuff just crowded in your bio, it's just too much to look at. You know, people are like, what's going on? The algorithm for the platform is like, okay, I don't know who to send or who to, you know, show this person's page to because there's too many things in the bio. So the last point that I want to touch on is if you want to start a new account, start a new account. Now, I know that some people may think that that's more trouble than it's worth, but it's not necessarily. I mean, you're starting fresh with a new account. The algorithm is going to learn your patterns, learn what you like, learn what you don't like, instead of having to reconfigure what's already there. So you can start fresh. You know, new profile picture, new bio, just clean slate, new color scheme, all of those things, you can start fresh. And so there are benefits to starting a new account. But for me, I have started new accounts, and then I've also just kind of reconfigured the ones that I already had. I may make, you know, an introduction post if I have rebranded, which I just recently went through a rebrand. And so I did do an introduction post, you know, introducing people, who I am, what I'm posting, and all of these things. Because when I went through this rebrand, I deleted a lot of people that were already on my follower list. People I was following, I removed them as followers, all of those things. And so my follower count went down. I feel like I have had to start from scratch when it come to views, because I feel at one point I got very discouraged because I'm like, oh my God, I killed my account. But at the same time, I had to do what was best for me. I didn't want to start a new page. This is for my personal page. I didn't want to start a new personal page because I've done that before, and I'm like, I don't want to go through that again, because after a while you start creating new pages and people are like, okay, I'm not going to keep adding these new pages. So I didn't do that. So there are ways that you can do that. I mean, you can hide things, you can archive, you can, you know, save it to your phone and, you know, put it in a folder somewhere should you want to re-upload it. The majority of the old content that I had, I just archived it. I'm speaking specifically for social media. I've archived some stuff on TikTok as well. But that's an option for you as well if you don't want to start from scratch. So again, know what you want to be known for. Know what you want your content pillars to be. I usually suggest at least 3. Making sure that you're optimizing your bio. And then if you want to create a new account, go for it. On this journey to becoming a full-time content creator, I have learned so many things, and a lot of the things I've contributed to the communities that I'm in. And so if you have questions about, you know, wanting to learn more about like taking that deep dive into social media, kind of learning the platforms a little bit more, things like that, you can always send me an email. I will put my email down below. You can also click the link that I leave as well to my website. I have information there if you need help with your social media, like if you're needing social media marketing services, if you're needing help with like strategy and things like that. You can click on the inquiry form, fill that out, and we can meet and come up with, what I can do to help you. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, bell notification, so you're notified each and every time that I post a video. Like the video, and then comment down below if you have questions, if there is something that you would like me to talk further about when it comes to being a full-time content creator, and I will see you guys in the next video.